What is the best and worst case scenario for UVA at this point? They had won 13 in a row, lost to Maryland, but they're the top seed, 16-2 in the ACC this year. Best case, worst case for NCAA.
You know, we were talking about it earlier. I guess when you talk about best case, I guess the best case still could be a one seed, sure, depending on how many other people lose.
If they win the ACC tournament.
If they win the ACC tournament, and if a lot of people kind of drop off. I guess when I was saying I don't believe that a one seed is really in play for them because I don't think they're going to win the ACC tournament. I don't think they're going to get all the help that they would need for that to happen. I think that the path was a lot smoother if they hadn't lost that game to Maryland, obviously. And, that's probably not super surprising with this game being Maryland's ACC finale, all the energy in that building. Maryland, a huge long shot for the NCAA tournament at this point, but
let's not even talk about that.
Okay, but that game was that game
they
was
win
like
2 games.
No, they have to win the ACC tournament.
Anyhow, so Maryland had everything to play for there, and Virginia, I don't know, letdown game or what, but still an amazing season for Virginia. And if they go into Greensboro and if they take down the Powers, I think that one seed probably is in play. But I think it's going to be tough for them, and I think it's going to come down to Duke or Carolina again, honestly.
You don't see Syracuse doing it.
I think it's going to be Duke or Carolina.
It's going to be in Greensboro. Of course it's going to be Duke or Carolina. Mike, what do you think about UVA as far as their let's say they lose, let's say they win their first game in the ACC, lose to Carolina or something like that. 2 or 3 seed?
Yeah, best case scenario 2. I actually think they should be a 2. I wouldn't put them at 3. I think a disadvantage, and you get a tougher draw in the bracket. I'd like to see them get a 2. I'm with him. This is the best time of year. The tournament's coming out. The bracket's coming out. I love this. I know you love opening weekend of the NFL season. This is the best time of the year to me. I love this. I love this time of year, and I'm going to go on record right now on Post Live to tell you that Wichita State is going to win the national championship and become the first undefeated team to finish a season in college basketball since Indiana in 1976.
Classic Mike Wise. Wow. Under a little caption that says, "What will Virginia do in the ACC tournament?" He's talking about Wichita State.
Sorry. That's all right. We're trying to stay on point here with the ACC.
Awesome. It's the best team that they've had since Ralph Sampson.
LeVar, they have to get by either Florida State or Maryland in the first game. Then they'll play likely Carolina if the seedings hold in the semifinals. Then they'd have to play Duke or Syracuse in all likelihood in the championship game. Do you like their chances in the ACC tournament? No. All right. They also got snubbed. It's also worth mentioning they got snubbed off the all ACC teams, going 16-2, and they didn't have one player on there.
I get it, but tourney time is different time, and teams like Duke, which some people would say the greatest coach ever in the history of coaches, coaches Duke. Tournament time is just different. You're going to just have different frames of mind. You're going to have different strategies, different schemes, and I think when you see the real classic traditional powers playing in those tournaments, they always seem to find a way to come out on top, and so I don't see them beating a Syracuse or Duke or maybe even North Carolina. I just don't see it.
Let me say this. I think that Syracuse could be in real trouble against NC State in the quarterfinals. I think Syracuse, obviously it's not like they're going to be spooked by going to Greensboro exactly. But this is what the ACC tournament is. It's in North Carolina. It's the North Carolina schools having those big home court advantages. NC State really, really needs a win, and maybe more than that.
Yeah, but something about Jim Boeheim on Tobacco Road. I'm done. I don't even want to see it, and I want Syracuse to be embarrassed. They can win it in a couple years from now, but their first year in the ACC, they have no business winning the tournament this year. I hope Jim Boeheim gets his butt kicked in Greensboro.
Well, everybody be watching that second game.
And I would say but this is Post Sports Live.
I think Mike Wise should have his jacket
if the seedings hold and Syracuse plays Duke for the third time, that's going to be, they've played 2 classic games. That'll be a must-watch. All right. That's good. We made it right in time. Look at that, guys. You guys hit the button. Well done.